Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 30 of the 31 Days of Horror. DBougie86 here again. Yes, today is the second to last day of October. Very exciting stuff. I'll get more into what I'm going to, probably hint into what I'm going to be doing for my finale at the end of this review. But for that, the film I got for you guys today is actually a film from 1988, which has been in my collection for a few months now. I think maybe like a month, maybe. But it's one of it I always wanted to check out. And this one has like the funniest like cover art ever on it. And it's like a kind of like a supernatural slasher. And that, of course, goes by the title of The Carpenter. Yes. This film stars Wings Hauser and Lynn Adams, who are very interesting actors. I know Wings Hauser's before. I actually reviewed Mutant earlier on in this series with him in it, and very cool to have another like film with Wings Hauser in the series. But let's get into the main plot of this one. The main plot of this one, we're introduced to our main character of Alice, who's this wife who ends up having like this mental breakdown. She ends up going to like this mental hospital in the beginning of the film, and she ends up moving to like this new house with her husband to try to like set things right and get some relaxation and try to figure out herself. But unbeknownst, this house is actually being renovated also because there is a few damages to the house. And one night, Alice hears something coming downstairs. So she ends up and investigates, and she sees this guy working on her house. And we find out that this guy's name is Ed, who's played by Wing Hauser, and they hit it off. She thinks he's like a charming guy, has like a buddy relationship with him. And then one night, this one of the other workers that works on during the daytime actually comes by the house and tries to harm Alice, and Ed takes him out. So we end up finding out that Ed is actually the former owner of the house, who's now just a spirit because we find out he actually murdered like 6 or 7 people in the past, and his spirit is still in the house. So it's pretty much like him trying to rebuild the house, and he has like this infatuation with Alice where if anything does her harm, he'll take care of it pretty much. And that is pretty much the main plot of it. Before I don't want to really give a lot more away. Now I gotta say, this film has a very interesting, like odd characters in it. Like the one character of the husband is a piece of shit. He's a very interesting character because you just dislike him from the moment you see him and shit. And it's just fucking crazy because you know something's up with his MO and his character. And we see that like because we find out he's a cheater. He cheats on his wife and stuff. So that makes him like, you want him to see him like get it and shit. And he does. I'll get more into like certain things about kills later. And gotta say, Wings Hauser always does a great job in like these weird, like odd films. Of course, I know him from like Mutant, like I said, but he also was like a very like paranoid character. And this isn't really a horror film, but The Siege from Firebase Gloria, his character was like very paranoid, heavy in that film also. And of course, Rubber, he was great in. That's another cool film with Wings Hauser in it. Lynn Adams is pretty good in this film, but her character and the way it comes off is very odd in certain scenes because, like, the first time she meets Ed in the film, you're like, when you'd be like, what the fuck you doing in my house type deal. But she's like, oh yeah, okay. Like, it was normal to, like, for a person to be working on a house at like this time, which I didn't get at all, but it was just very odd. And like certain ways she reacts to him just like killing people and stuff. Like there's the first kill of the film, he's like doing some outrageous like fucking kill scene, and she's like, oh yeah, you know, like all normal and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this lady? But we find out because she did have like a mental breakdown and stuff, that it kind of goes into her psychosis a little bit also. because she's not all there either, you know what I mean? But really cool kills. I did like the kills of the film, although I think the music could have been a little better in this film to make them upbeat and more stupendous when the actual kills happen. The music is very downplayed in this film, and it doesn't really work for me. But I do like the kills, though. There's one kill, like the iconic vice grip kill, which is pretty fucking awesome. Yeah, it does some damage, and a few like nail gun scenes. I like his catchphrase when he actually shoots a mouse with a nail gun. It's like, well, I like to use a hammer, but the nail does more damage to the mouse. It's like the fuck? Says it twice in the film. Pretty fucking awesome. But yeah, this isn't like the greatest film in the world, but it does have like a lot of fun moments, and Wings Hauser's performance actually makes the film what it is, in my opinion. So if I had to rate it, I'm gonna give it a solid 6.5 out of 10. It's not the best like supernatural slasher out there, but it's still a very fun watch, and with its oddity and odd characters and like the odd shit that goes on in it, that kept me interested. So yeah, The Carpenter, 6.5 out of 10. If you could find this DVD, I know like I think this one's actually out of print now, I'm not sure. But I think you can still get copies of this from Scorpion Releasing. Pretty cool release. Not really much special features besides like the Katarina Nightmare like theater mode thing. If you don't know about that, that's like a kind of like an Elvira with Katarina Lee Waters, who introduces the film, and then she does like an intro and outro, which is cool because you learn like a few fun facts about the films during them and shit. I actually do watch them in the Katarina mode sometimes, these releases. So good stuff. The Carpenter, 6.5 out of 10. Check it out. Alright guys, that's it for today. Of course, tomorrow is the big day. I'm gonna actually, not really gonna like tell you what the film I'm gonna do, but I'll just give you a hint. It is gonna be a film I have seen before, and it's gonna be like one of my favorite films of all time. And yes, it's gonna be very epic and kind of like lukewarm at the end too, because you know it's gonna be one of my favorites. So that's a spoiler alert. But I always wanted to review it, so I hope you're there, and I hope to see you there soon, and I hope you're enjoying the 31 days this year. Wicked awesome stuff. So I'll see you then, guys. Peace out.